So I can be right next to you right here, right?
Yeah, this camera's not moving. It's just so.
So just gonna do they'll do an introduction, a little speech, and we can grab him after.
Yep, that's the plan. Yep.
I thought BH was announcing theirs tomorrow, and that came out this morning.
Oh, do they have a?
Because they're having a campaign. Capital campaign celebration tomorrow, and then they announced that afterwards they were going to announce it. So I thought they wouldn't even release it, but I guess they'll formally introduce it to it. But they already released it this morning.
Yeah, I saw it on their website. They announced it and stuff. So.
Yeah,
they didn't do a press conference or anything.
No. I guess that's what tomorrow's thing. It's until 3:45, which doesn't help me at all.
Well, Joel wanted to have this at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, usually the sports guys don't start.
I like the stuff in the morning, but I know like somebody out like Vic, it's like before 1 o'clock. He hates having it.
Are you Justin?
I am.
You remember me from Marcy Christensen. So your sister
Well, apparently the most important people around were in that room, huh? Is that right? Most important in that room? The most important people are all in that room.
Good afternoon, everybody. Really appreciate everybody showing up today.
It is.
Today and every day. It's always a great day to be a hard rocker. Some days are a little bit better than others, and as far as I'm concerned, this qualifies as one of those ones that's a little bit better than others. I want to thank Dr. Rankin for allowing me to, having the faith to expedite this search. When things happen the way they happen, we needed to make sure that we got a coach in here and in a hurry so that we could get our recruiting where it needs to be. We had over 75 applicants apply. I probably talked to another dozen or 2 dozen coaches who called, sent stuff in to me individually. We're in a fantastic position to move forward. And we're only in this position because of the support that we're receiving from alumni, from our institution, and Dr. Rankin. I'd like to take a couple minutes to thank a couple people who helped me through this search process. I'm going to forget somebody, but I got a real short list. Trevor Garbers is a mutual friend of our next coach and I. One of my mentors, Dr. Jim Redd, retired football coach and athletic director at Northwest Missouri State and William Jewell College. Tom Spicer, retired AD, Colorado Mines and Colorado Mesa. Mel Churchma, retired head football coach and AD at Northwest Missouri State. And of course my family, Reagan and Melissa, for putting up with the countless phone calls and conversations until 9, 10 o'clock at night during this process. So I missed out on a little bit of family time. So to introduce our next head football coach, I would like you to call up our 19th president, South Dakota School of Mines, Dr. Jim Rankin.
Well, Joel said it's a great day to be a hard rocker, and today it's a little bit better than normal, so that's great. We often talk that college athletics is really the front porch to the university because it really shows what the university is about, and that's true here at the School of Mines. Hard rocker athletic stories and social media posts are viewed widely across the state, the region, and even the nation. And our teams proudly carry our name and our traditions as they travel across the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference and beyond. This exposure helps us to recruit outstanding students to the school, whether they're participating in athletics or not. Athletics is a shining example of success at South Dakota Mines, both in the classroom and on the field. While we've only been in the NCAA Division II Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, or RMAC, for 5 years, and football for only 3 years, the caliber and accomplishments of our scholar athletes are truly impressive. Recognition for hard rocker athletes have included 2 RMAC Female Athletes of the Year, 1 COSIDA First Team All-American, 9 RMAC Summit Awards, 92 RMAC All-Conference Awards across 13 sports, all while continuing to uphold the academic traditions. 21 semesters in a row with a 3.0 cumulative GPA or better. South Dakota Mines has nearly 17,000 living alumni. 2,000 of them are former hard rock athletes, and 1,000 of them are former football players. We're standing here celebrating our football program and announcing our head coach because of the outstanding support of alumni across the country. Because of their support, we've hired an outstanding football coach. During his 14-year tenure at Northwest Missouri State, the Bearcats have appeared in 7 NCAA Division II national championship games, winning 4. The Bearcats have won 11 MIAA conference titles with a conference record of 133 against 11. Please help me welcome our next football head coach, Mr. Charlie Flohr and his family to the Hardrocker family.
Wow, thank you. Appreciate the turnout and everybody that came out today to make this historic event for me and my family. First and foremost, just want everybody to know how humbled, how honored, and how gracious I am to be the next head football coach here at South Dakota Mines. We're excited as a family to be back here in Rapid City, South Dakota. South Dakota, for a long period of time, has been a place that's been home. Being from Gillette, Wyoming, you know, as a kid we would come here on a regular basis and take in all of the gracious views that South Dakota has. I want to extend a few thank yous myself. First of all, with Dr. Rankin, appreciate the opportunity and definitely look forward to the relationship that you and I are going to continue to build here. With Joel, looking at, you know, our relationship, it's like we've known one another for a long period of time. You know, a lot of the same relationships that we have. It's like I said, the conversations we've had, you know, it's like we went to high school together. And again, I definitely look forward to the conversations and the vision that you have for our football program and for the rest of this athletic department. Maria, I'm not going to try and mess up your last name, okay? I'll get it figured out here. But, you know, with everything that you did, you know, to get this program moving in the right direction, we appreciate everything, and we definitely look forward to building our relationship with you as well. The rest of the administrative staff, I know you're kind of out and about everywhere, but through the interview process, everything was great, everything was flawless. You know, had a great time meeting you guys. And you know, definitely feel that the direction of this athletic department and the program is in the right direction. The rest of the coaching staff that's here, the athletic training staff, the strength staff, everybody else that I was, you know, honored and privileged to meet with during the interview process. It's great. We all have the same vision. You know, what we want's best for the student athletes here. And you know, with everybody being on the same page and on one team as an athletic department, you know, hopefully we can all build great and big things here at the university. You know, the big thing for me is I just appreciate the fact that you're all getting ready to take our family in and welcome us to Rapid City. A few other people that I want to mention as well. Joel hit it on earlier. You know, some of the coaches that I've been mentoring under for a long period of time. Hall of Fame coach, Coach Mel Churchma, South Dakota native. You know, he taught me a lot about what it takes to be successful. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, and it takes a lot of commitment within you and your football program. I can't thank him enough for that. The late coach Scott Boswick, another head coach that I got the honor and privilege of working for, was out of place for 17 years. Had an opportunity to become the head football coach at Northwest Missouri State. Unfortunately for him, passed away of a heart attack 6 months into the job and never got to coach a collegiate football game. But the grace and desire he had for that one institution, I'll never forget. His always one big slogan is, the big time is where you're at. And that's one thing I want you guys to understand is, no matter where the place is, this is the big time, and we're going to treat this place as the big time. Coach Adam Doral, a guy that I played for in college, was a Maryville guy. He essentially took me in as one of his own kids, kind of showed me the ropes as a student coach, brought me down to Northwest as a graduate assistant, brought me back for my first full-time position there at Northwest. You know, he's now moved on to Abilene Christian, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And then the last mentor that I had is Coach Rich Wright. Had the honor of working for him for the last 3 years as his assistant head coach, and he's really shown me kind of the ropes of how to handle things. You know, he gave me a lot of duties that I didn't want, but I knew that would be better for me in my professional development moving forward. So, you know, all 4 of those men have taught me a lot of great things that I look forward to bringing here to South Dakota Mines. Also, the rest of the coaches that I've had the honor and privilege of working with, you know, the great thing is for me, you know, I've been coaching college football for 18 years, and I've been at 2 universities. This will now be my 3rd. And anybody who's affiliated with college athletics knows those types of people and those types of things don't come around very often. So everybody that I've worked for, and you know, they've really helped me out to get to where I'm at, but I can't thank them enough. The numerous amounts of student athletes that have came through my door that I've been able to coach on the field, ultimately that's what it's all about. It's about the relationships that I've been able to build with all the student athletes there at Northwest at Truman and the other institutions I've been at. And, you know, I can't thank those kids enough for having the faith and trust in me and guiding them through their life into where they're going to be successful later on in life after they graduated. Also like to thank my family, table one right over here. First of all, my mom and dad, Mike and Julie, they still live over in Gillette, so again, one of the big reasons we chose to come back. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done for me, and my sister Becky, who isn't able to be here today, my father-in-law Gary, who's sitting at the same table, my uncle Andy, who lives there. I didn't know you were coming. I appreciate you coming. He lives in Rapid City, so I may be knocking on your door if I need a place to live here in a couple of weeks. So, and then, you know, and then my beautiful wife Amy, everything that she's done for me in helping me get to where I'm at today, I can't thank her enough. You know, she's been very gracious, very trusting, and you know, she's the new assistant head coach, so I'm already throwing out titles. So everything that she's done for me, I can't thank you enough. Our three beautiful boys, Adam, Austin, and Alec. You want to talk about energy? So anytime you guys need energy at practice, at work, just give me a call. These guys will be running around because they're full of it, and they can't wait to get here and start a new family here at South Dakota Mines. What I want from this football program moving forward, I want it to exemplify what the great state of South Dakota stands for. Number one, loyalty. Loyalty for the state, loyalty for Rapid City, and loyalty for the university. Hard work. It takes hard work in everything that you've got. You got to be blue collar. You got to be willing to put in the work and put in the time and the effort to get things done. And last but not least, toughness. Okay? There's a toughness inside everybody, mentally and physically. So for me moving forward, you know, that's exactly what the state of South Dakota represents, and I want to make sure that our kids come through South Dakota Mines and exemplify those qualities. I want to bring the type of people and young men that will not only put in work on the football field, but in the classroom, in the community, and around the world after they graduate from South Dakota Mines. The players will understand what it truly means to be a Hardrocker and the resilience it will take to be one. To my knowledge, there's only one Hardrocker in the country. That proves how unique South Dakota Mines is and how special a place it will continue to be. My plans moving forward with this program will focus on three things. Number one, recruiting. Recruiting the current student athletes that we currently have on our football program. I'm going to need each one of these guys to help me through our vision and what we need to do moving forward. Recruiting the next group of Hardrockers in this 2020 class. Making sure we're recruiting high character student athletes that are going to fit the profile that South Dakota Mines is. Recruiting the athletic department to help share our vision of Hardrocker football and how we can all impact each one of our programs together. Recruiting the coaching staff to come in here and teach the players what it will take to be successful in all aspects of life and to give our players a complete experience. Recruiting the great place of Rapid City. Making sure that our brand is out into the city and taking time to visit with each one of you people in the Rapid City to again share our vision and make sure how you guys know that this is just as much your football team as it is my football team. Recruiting alumni, providing to them that help lay a foundation for what success is and that they will always be welcome back here. The second thing is make sure our players know what the importance is of our off-season football program. Making the biggest gains they can in the weight room, winter conditioning, and become better football players by learning technique, different terminology, and having the understanding of how and why what we are doing to help develop a winning culture. The third thing is guiding this football team to be one rock, one fist, developing this group of mature men to become all-around better players, better people. Develop a unity council within our team to help our staff lead. Develop leadership within this football team that will continue to band this unique brotherhood together. Finally, I can't tell you enough how blessed I am to be the next head football coach here at South Dakota Mines, and I'm going to give you everything that I've got to continue to make this place even better. And the rest of the city of Rapid City and the entire Black Hills region. Go Hardrockers.
great day to be a Hard Rocker.
Any questions you guys have for me?
I mean, what appealed to you about this job when you first looked at it? I mean, what said, hey, this is something I may really want to get involved in?
You know, first and foremost, I'm a family guy. You know, growing up close to home, wanting to get closer to our family. We've established our roots, you know, back in the Black Hills area, and it's always been a special place. After doing a lot of, you know, research during the course of the season, which was a little difficult at times, trying to focus on the task at hand there at Northwest. But the thing that really sold me and why this was the best fit for me in the program is the people. You know, when we came on our visit, on our interview, having an opportunity to bring my wife with me on that, and you know, letting her go around with people that she really didn't know, that I really didn't know, and everybody coming in and making us feel at home. You know, there's a lot of other factors that, you know, I'll continue to go through, just, you know, from the support, from the, you know, the backing and all those types of things. But ultimately, that was the big choice and the big decision for us. Yes, sir.
Hi, Coach. Richard Anderson with the Rapid City Journal. Glad to meet you. Talk about offense. Obviously, this program's got a pretty good history of offense. You're an offensive guy. That's got to make you excited. But talk about where you want to even bring it further.
Sure. You know, philosophically, you know, what I want to bring into the football program is what's going to fit those guys in the team. You know, offensively, we're gonna continue to do a lot of the same things that they've done here, but I'm going to put my twists and my wrinkles on it. You know, anytime you play football in the Midwest, and I firmly believe this, you've got to be able to run the football, you've got to be able to stop the run, and you've got to be able to be great on special teams. And you know, the one thing I want to bring here is have that established run game. You know, I want our guys to be tough and physical up front. You know, everybody knows in Rapid City the weather conditions aren't great all the time, and if you can establish that good hard run game and be creative with things, you know, try and do some things that excite the crowd, excite the people, and excite our student athletes here to, you know, to get the best of their abilities.
I'll ask another one, since we've got a tight crowd here. Defensively, what would you like to do? Is there a certain scheme you like? Again, do you fit the personnel, or is there something you'd like to try to implement?
I'd like to get back to a four-man front, just with the type of pressures that you know, we'd like to bring in regards to, you know, how we handle and see different things. You know, I know there's been a little bit of influx defensively of doing some different things, but I'd ultimately like to get back to a four-man front and get into that 4-3, doing some flex things, you know, here and there. Obviously, it'll really, you know, look at what we have from a personnel standpoint with here in the program currently. But moving forward, I'd like to get to that four-man front, and you know, having a bunch of athletic guys in the back end and letting the front four kind of do their job, and having a lot of great kids in between at the linebacker spot as well. So.
Coach, what are your thoughts just on the conference and level football?
It's a good conference. It really is. The great thing for me is, you know, I've been around the area. I know the conference pretty well. Know a lot of the head coaches in the league. Have great respect for them. Honestly, talk to them on a regular basis. You know, looking at the league, obviously you got your top two teams that have been dominant through the last couple of years. Some programs that are, you know, kind of trending their way up, and a lot of other schools that are right there in the mix. And you know, it's a great football league. It's a great conference in general. It's a conference that I grew up, you know, wanting to play in. Unfortunately for me, I wasn't athletically gifted to play in the RMAC, so I settled for. I went to Dakota State as well, but you know, it's a good conference. It really is, and you know, I'm just excited to be in the league and see what we can do within this conference. Yes, sir.
Hi, Coach. Phil Hunt, University Registrar. Welcome.
Thank you.
You laid out a little bit about what your priorities are. Can you tell us what your first 90 days look like? Of course, you have a plan in place.
I'm sorry, 90, is that what you said?
Your first 90 days here as coach.
Yeah. You know, the biggest thing for me, you know, is, you know, getting myself established. You know, I talked about recruiting and those things. Getting to know our kids, you know, getting to know how they are, how they learn, how they develop. Creating that unity council. You know, I want our guys to feel just part of this football team as I am, and helping me make those decisions. You know, building those relationships with each position group, with each unit, with other people in the athletic department, getting through spring ball, you know, kind of seeing where we're at as a football team, getting out into the community, you know, getting our kids, our players out into the community. To me, that's big, because if we can continue to show that our kids generally want to get out and help the city of Rapid City, we're going to get that in return. And if we can get the great support that I know that is here in Rapid City to come out and see our kids play and compete and work hard every single day, it's going to make it our team. And to me, that's going to be one of the most important things for me, is just trying to make this our football team, not just my football team or our department's football team. It's making everybody feel what the South Dakota Mines brand is, and everybody's going to be a part of it.
Hey, Coach, alumni here. You know, we talked about two things, loyalty and recruiting. And I think you, being around the game long enough to know the area, with the quality school we have here, you know, sometimes it is a challenge to bring in the high-profile athletes that we want to be competitive in our MAC. What are some things that maybe you can shape to the young minds and to their parents that, you know, hey, this is the program that's going to set you up for life, you know?
Sure. You know, and I hit on it, you know, I want kids that are going to come here for the complete experience. It's not just because of football. It's not because of the academics. It's not because of the social life that you're going to have here at South Dakota Mines or in Rapid City. It is the complete experience. And there's no better place, in my opinion, to get that complete experience. You're going to come here, you're going to get a great education. You're going to have a chance to compete for a conference championship every year. And you're going to come out of this place with a very good degree and make lots of money with it. And, you know, when we can get into homes and start to sell those types of aspects to the parents and to the people that are making the decision, those should be all the keys that they want to hear. And for me, what South Dakota Mines has to offer and what Rapid City has to offer, if they do their research and everything that we're looking for, we feel this is the best fit for them.
Coach, what's your favorite color?
Navy blue.
Anything else, folks?
Coach, when it comes to road trips and stuff, in the RMAC we travel at least 15 hours sometimes to get to places. What are some of the things that you're going to implement to make sure that players are ready to go for those road games?
You know, we talked a little bit about just our structure during the course of the season, our weekly schedule, and how we're going to incorporate that and do what's best for the student athlete, you know, in regards to trying to give them more time off toward the end of the week to rest their bodies, to rest their minds, moving forward into a football game, and try and do our work early and making sure we get everything done in regards to that. And then when we do get on those road trips, really setting priorities in things that, you know, we know are important within those road trips. Getting out, stretching, moving around a little bit, making sure our kids do get a time to, when we get to the hotel, to have a couple hours on their own time to study, to do those academic things that I know they need to do and I want them to do. And then the biggest thing is just be together. You know, those are memories that I'll never forget, even when I played, and all the road trips that I've taken is, you know, being around the people that you care and trust about. And I want those guys to have that same experience. So when we can kind of mix all those things together, it'll make those road trips fun, it'll make them exciting, it'll make them, you know, that memories that they'll never forget. And then the ultimate end is it's a business trip. And if we can make those trips with a win, it's going to make it even better to get on the road the next time. So. Yes, sir.
What are your memories of playing at O'Hara Stadium?
I'm glad you asked that. So my junior year of high school, Campbell County came over here and played Rapid City, the Cobblers, and it was my junior year as the starting quarterback there, and the week before we'd lost to Green River at home. We came over here and played at the Rushmore. Was the Rushmore Bowl still around? They still play that? So we were part of that game, and I got my first victory as a high school quarterback here in the stadium. My 4 years of college football at Dakota State, we played here 3 times, and I came victorious. We were 3-0, so I was excited about that. So does that count toward my coaching record too? Okay. All right, I'm still 0-0. So, but yeah, a lot of great memories of O'Hara Stadium and everything that has. What a beautiful place. It's unique. We all know that. We're going to take advantage of the uniqueness that it has and continue to build, a great atmosphere for college football. There's nothing better than small college football. There really isn't. You see all the glitz and the glam with Division I and everything that they have, but you really find out the true characters of what a university is and what they have from the atmosphere with the city and the support that they have at small college football. And if we can get this place going with the support, putting a good product on the field, it'll be a very tough atmosphere to play in. And that's one of my ultimate goals, is make it a very tough place for other opponents to come play.
So, Coach, my name is Marcy Burdick, and I'm on the Hardrocker Club board. I'd like you to build on that a little bit. If you could write a Christmas list to the community for what you'd like from the community to help your program, what would it be?
Be supportive. Come to events, whether it's my events, it's basketball events, whatever events it is, come show your love and support. I'm going to do as best of a job as I can in getting myself out into the community, getting our kids out into the community with different community service projects, showing you what I have here, and then hopefully getting you back in and showing what we've got here. It's always hard because in the game of football, all you see is a number, you don't see a face. And if I can get the face in front of you and then show you who the number of that kid is, it'll really help you out. There's a lot of things, that we'll continue to talk about from, just our vision and what we want to see moving forward with some facility stuff here. But the biggest thing I need right now from the people of Rapid City is just to come show your love and support for our football program and for the rest of the university as well. Yes, sir.
Hi, Coach. It's really short notice. High school seniors are going to be signing shortly. What's the plan for recruiting?
Sure. No, great question. I met with the staff this morning, and we sat down for about 2.5 hours and visited with them individually about their areas, their own position groups, where they're at within the recruiting process. Then we sat down as a collective staff and went through the whole recruiting board, gave them my vision and what we're looking for, from a student athlete here. Kind of gave each one of their coaches a Christmas list, so to speak, in regards to what they want from a position, and then just hitting the ground running. For me moving forward, I'm not trying to bring in as many kids as I can and get them done and signed before the signing date. I told our staff we're going to go out and find, if it's 10 kids, if it's 15 kids, if it's 18 kids, whatever that number may be on that signing date, they better fit us. They better fit what Hardrocker football is all about. They better fit what Rapid City, South Dakota is all about, and they better fit what the Black Hills region is all about. So if it's only 10, we're going to make sure those are the right 10. If we need to extend our recruiting season a little bit more to make sure we get the kids that fit the profile that we're looking for, we're going to do that. So we're going to be kind of slow and steady. We have our kids kind of targeted in what we're looking for. I trust our staff's going to go out and continue to do the same work that they did even before I got here. And we're going to have a lot of phone conversations over the next 2 weeks until I get back here ready to go. And keep looking for the next best fit here.
Anyone else? Thanks for coming. I encourage you to come up and introduce yourselves individually to Coach and his family. Really appreciate everybody showing up today. And as we stated earlier, it's a great day to be a Hardrocker. Thank you.